Check 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. And good morning and welcome to Nobby's Ballpark in Cleveland, Ohio for the first game of two today between Emory University and 13th ranked Case Western Reserve University as the two teams get set to continue their series here, their University Athletic Association series here in Cleveland, Ohio. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Schwartz. Thanks for joining us for the early start today as the Spartans trying to bounce back from a loss yesterday, 5-2 to Emory on a nicely pitched game by Richard Brereton. And they will turn to the sophomore Casey McConaughey to do so as he takes the hill. Emory 10-10 on the year, 1-0 in the UAA. Case Western Reserve 13-3 on the year, and 0-1 in the UAA. Let's go ahead and get you the batting order, beginning with the Emory University Eagles. Leading things off, the shortstop Nick Chambers. He'll be followed by Richard Brereton getting the start in center field today. Jacob Green, the catcher, bats third, followed by Bubby Terp, the first baseman. Christopher Stern, the third baseman in the 5 spot. Jack Rubenstein, the DH, hitting 6th. Thomas Baumgardner, the second baseman, 7th in the order. Jackson Grayson in right field and batting 8th. And Michael Edelman, the left fielder, hitting 9th. Jack Moore, the freshman on the mound today for Emory. We'll tell you a little bit more about him in the bottom of the inning when he takes the hill. Defensively for Case Western Reserve, at first base, Noah Murley. Second baseman, Rocco Ma. The shortstop is Jacob Lott, and the third baseman, Jacob Kusha. In the outfield, from left to right, we have Jacob Pestel, Samuel Neal, and Nate Glasser. Doing the catching is Tyler Wipazinski in Game 1, and he'll be catching for Casey McConaughey, the left-handed pitcher and a sophomore out of Amherst, Ohio. McConaughey on the year, 0-1 with a 3.45 ERA. He's made 4 starts and gone 15 2/3 innings, yielding 10 hits, an opponent's average of just 185. However, he has walked 17 batters, and that has been an issue for him this year. When he is throwing the ball in the strike zone, he is extremely tough to hit. He'll try to get things going today against an Emory team looking to continue what's been some pretty good momentum as of late. They were 4-9 a few weeks ago, but now have won 6 of their last 7 games to improve to 10-10 on the year, and are looking to at least clinch what would be a tie in the series with a victory here and put themselves in a position to get a series victory in their opening UAA series of the year. First of 2 today, it'll be Case Western Reserve and Emory. Nick Chambers set to lead things off. Chambers, Brereton, and Green. Chambers batting at .300 on the year. No home runs, 17 runs batted in. McConaughey on the hill. He'll deliver. And that misses up high for a ball, 1-0. Looks like McConaughey working from the stretch today. I don't believe he's done that in his previous starts this year. Fastball for a strike, and the count evens 1-1. Chambers, the veteran on this Emory team, as the 1-0 on the way. Little down and out, 2-1. Chambers trying to get things started for Emory University. Again, it's been a struggle at times this year for the Eagles, but seem to have righted the ship as of late. In their first strike, 2-2. McConaughey looking for the first out, sets and delivers. In the dirt for a ball, 3-2, full count. McConaughey coming off his worst start of the season. It was against Ohio Wesleyan last week in an 8-3 Case Western Reserve University loss. He lasted just over 2 innings in that game, couldn't find the strike zone. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle. Chance for Lott early on here, who steps and throws in time to get the out, 1 gone. Good early sign there for both McConaughey to get the early out and for Lott at shortstop, who struggled yesterday. He made 3 errors in the game. An uncharacteristically bad game defensively for Lott, who's been very good in his freshman year. You see that sometimes with freshmen where the game gets a little bit too quick for them at times. And on that play right there, Lott had to field the hop, and he just took a breath. You saw it. He just took a deep breath and fired one to first. And he's such a good defensive player that sometimes that's all you need to do. Just relax and know that you know how to do it. 0-1 the count on Richard Brereton, the starting pitcher in yesterday's game. Brereton went the complete game. Some question as to whether or not he'd be able to play center field today. Coach Twardowski was thinking about putting him in the DH role. But he does get the start and fouls that pitch back, and now it's 0-2. Brereton hit yesterday as well. In fact, got a big bunt in the game. Bunted on an 0-2 count with runners at first and second. Swing and a miss at the curveball, strike 3. Good pitch there for McConaughey. He was ahead in the count and was able to unleash that big curve, and there are 2 gone quickly. Tough customer coming to the plate now, and catcher Jacob Green, the Division I transfer, son of Todd Green, former Major League Baseball catcher.
Number 35, Jacob
Green, who's played in 6 games for the Eagles this season, has become a fixture in the lineup, hitting at .391 with a home run, 7 runs batted in. Breaking ball taken for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. McConaughey delivers. Outside 1-1 as the count comes even. McConaughey looking for the 1-2-3 inning. The 1-1 pitch to Green. Fastball in the dirt, 2-1. Two and 1 count, 2 away. Green at the plate, swings and pops it up. Shallow right, playable out there for Glasser, who takes a few steps in, makes the catch, and it's a very quick 1-2-3 inning. Good to see there for McConaughey, who, by the way, threw the majority of his pitches there for strikes, and again, another good sign. So the game's scoreless as we move along into the bottom of the first inning. And let's go ahead and get you the batting order for Case Western Reserve. A lot of familiar faces in familiar positions. Samuel Neal, the center fielder, leading things off. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Rocco Ma, who hit his UAA leading 6th home run of the season yesterday. Nate Glasser, the right fielder, hits third. Tyler Wipazinski catching and batting in the cleanup spot. Mark Gross will be the DH to start the game, but he won't see an at bat. They'll pinch hit for Gross there in that phantom DH role. Jacob Kusha, the third baseman, hits 6th, followed by Noah Murley, the first baseman, in the 7th spot. It'll be Jacob Pestel, the left fielder, batting 8th, and then Jacob Lott, the shortstop, will hit 9th. For Emory University, first baseman is Bubby Terps. Second baseman is Thomas Baumgartner. Second baseman will be, shortstop is Nick Chambers, and the third baseman is Christopher Stern. In the outfield, Michael Edelman in left. Center fielder is Richard Brereton. The right fielder is Jackson Grayson. He had a nice day out in right field yesterday defensively. Jacob Green doing the catching. He's a little late to the plate as he switches into his catcher's gear after making the final out of the last inning. And pitching to him will be Jack Moore. Moore, the right-handed pitcher, wears number 23. He's a 6'2", 160-pound freshman out of Peachtree City, Georgia, Stars Mill High School. Moore has made 7 appearances this season, including 5 starts, going 1-3 at the 5.93 ERA. Through 27 1/3 innings, he's allowed 35 hits, 22 runs, 18 of those earned. Striking out 17, walking 14, and opponents hitting .315 against him. Case Western Reserve will try to get the bats going here early. They scored a run in the first inning of the game yesterday. But really, the bats were quiet for the majority of the game yesterday. After getting that first run, it wasn't until the bottom of the 8th inning when a one-out solo home run by Rocco Ma gave the Spartans their second run of the game. At the time, it cut the lead down to 3-2. However, Emory added on 2 more runs in the top of the inning. Case Western Reserve ended the game with the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 9th. And the Spartans suffered just their 3rd loss of the season. Samuel Neal will be the batter, hitting a .290 on the year with 1 home run and 8 runs batted in. Neal's been impressive out of the leadoff spot. Always talk about it with him, but he'll see a lot of pitches out of that leadoff spot. So key. Neal steps in, Moore ready to go. And here's the pitch on the way. Neal taking all the way, takes the fastball down and out, 1-0. It will be Neal, Ma, and Glasser. Same 3 at the top of the lineup that we saw yesterday. Neal led the team with 2 hits yesterday at the plate, including a leadoff single as that's down low for a ball on the first at-bat of the game that went off of Richard Brereton's foot. It bounced over the head of the second baseman and into right field. Neal had a second hit in the game as well. 2-0 pitch. Taking all the way, takes a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Moore's 2-1 on the way. 2-2. Neal patient at the plate here. We'll see how aggressive he gets. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, it's a called strike 3. Neal down looking. So Neal takes 5 pitches, including the final 3 for strikes after initially going up in the count 2-0, and he's the first out of the game for Case Western Reserve. That will bring Rocco Ma to the plate, who is having a tremendous season. Continued yesterday when he hit his 6th home run of the year, still not even halfway through. And he grounds that one over to third base. Stern has it. Throw on to first in time for the out. 1 gone, or 2 gone in the inning. Ma first pitch swing. He jumped on the first pitch when he hit his home run yesterday as well. Nate Glasser will be the batter now. Glasser, the right fielder, hitting at .302 on the campaign. He has 6 doubles among his 16 hits, including 1 yesterday. Takes that up high for a ball, and it's a 1-0 count. Moore looking to return the favor after McConaughey sat the side down in order in the top of the first. Here in the bottom of the first, 2 quick outs for the freshman. Glasser fouls that one back, and it's 1-1. Again, said it yesterday, but a lot of new faces in this Emory rotation. They graduated some really talented pitchers with Jackson Weed going. An All-American over his career as that curveball just misses. 2-1. Billy Dimlow out for the year, it appears, with an injury. He was their preseason All-American, so some freshmen getting an early chance to get into the rotation here for Emory. Moore fouls that, or pardon me, that's Glasser who fouls that one back, and it's 2-2. And Moore strike away from a quick first. 2-2 on the way. Moore rocks and delivers. Curveball swung on, grounded towards third. Stern there, picks it up, throws to first, right on target, and that will end the inning. A very quick inning for Moore as he returns the favor. 1, 2, 3 innings for each side in the first. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Emory. It'll be Terp, Stern, and Rubenstein when we return. Casey McConaughey set to begin his second inning of work. Retired the side in order on 13 pitches, including 8 strikes in the first. Again, we're seeing McConaughey go from the stretch today instead of with the full wind, and the early results are positive. For McConaughey, it's interesting. You don't want to necessarily mess with success. Except for that last start, he's been very good this year. And again, he doesn't give up a lot of hits, but you have to do something to limit the walks. Again, 17 and just under 16 innings coming into today's game. Early results, though, from the first inning look good. He'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Emory. Bubby Turp, a 273 hitter, takes it for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Turp with no home runs, 12 runs batted in. Fastball outside corner, called strike 2, and McConaughey has found a little rhythm. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball down the first base side. Tough hop, and it eats up Murley at first.
Now batting for the Eagles, third baseman number 9, Christopher Stern.
It'll be a base hit down the first base side. Tough hop from Murley to field, though certainly one that you'd expect a more experienced first baseman to get. Murley getting the start at first base today with McConaughey on the mound, the team's usual starting first baseman. And misses outside for a ball, 1-0. To Christopher Stern. Stern, the sophomore, getting a chance in the starting lineup this year for the Eagles and hasn't disappointed. Outside, and it's 2-0. Stern is batting at .359 on the year with 2 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Did a lot of his damage in the very early portion of the season. Had a 6-hit game early on in the year. That misses inside, 3-0. From an outsider's perspective, that was kind of a surprise to see Stern succeeding, as not that he's not a good player, but spent last year playing behind Philip Maldari at third. As that one misses outside, Maldari, the longtime Emory third baseman.
Now batting for the Eagles, designated
And after drawing the walk, Stern on at first, Turp at second, nobody out in the inning, and Rubenstein, another freshman, coming to the plate. Rubenstein hitting at .357 on the year. He has 20 hits and 56 at-bats with 5 doubles, 6 runs batted in. We'll see with nobody out if he's looking to sacrifice bunt here. Kusha takes a few steps in at third. Cheating in at first is Murley. He is bunting and gets it down nicely out in front of the mound. McConaughey picks it up, throws to first, on target for the out. Good play by McConaughey there. He had a stretch for that one. It was a good bump by Rubenstein. Almost got it past McConaughey. If he did, it would be bases loaded. Instead, it'll be 1 out, second and third, and a chance for Emory to take the early lead here as Thomas Baumgartner comes to the plate. Baumgartner hitting at .256 on the year. Ten hits and 39 at-bats, including 3 doubles. He's driven in 7. 2 big RBIs out there for him right now. Stern from second, Turp over at third. First base open as McConaughey with 1 out delivers. Outside, 1-0. So early trouble here for Casey McConaughey after a 1-2-3 first inning. A hit and a walk, followed by a sac bunt to put runners at second and third with 1 away. Called strike, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball from McConaughey. Baumgartner couldn't catch up. It's 1-2. This is a big out here if McConaughey can get the strikeout at the plate. He can come with the big curve here. Whippazinski's got to be ready with a runner at third. Can't let one get past him. 1-2. It's a fastball fouled off, and the count stays at 1-2. You always wonder with a pitcher how comfortable he is throwing the curve on a 2-strike count with a runner at third, especially one down in the strike zone. And that's it. Swung on and missed at strike 3. Caught by Whippazinski in the air for the second out. It looked like he might have tipped that back into Whippazinski's glove. So now with 2 away, the batter will be Jackson Grayson, a .296 hitter on the year. Grayson trying to capitalize on a 2-on 2-out situation, 2 men in scoring position. Grayson, 8 hits and 27 at bats, 6 runs batted in. A Los Angeles product awaits the first pitch from McConaughey. And he cranks it foul and out of play. 0-1. This would be a big jam for McConaughey to escape. Needed that strikeout of Baumgartner and got it. Now the 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1. Terp led the inning off with a single. Stern followed with a walk. They're at second and third now with 2 away. Up high, Whipzinski looks the runner back to third base. 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside again, 3-1. You can be careful here if you're McConaughey. Binding the count 3-1 with the 9-hitter out on deck. Don't want to give Grayson something too good to hit here. He swings at a high fastball, pops it up, and the count now full 3-2. Same situation for McConaughey. You have 2 strikes now, but you can be a little careful. He can come with that curve, try to get Grayson swinging at it. Try the changeup. First base open, you have some options, especially at this point in the lineup. 3-2, 2 away, second and third, scoreless ball game. Top of the second inning, the pitch, swung on line, drive, hit into the outfield, and down for a base hit. 2 runs will score for Emory, and it's an early 2-0 lead for the Eagles. As McConaughey came with the fastball in the strike zone, and it cost him. So Emory takes the early lead on a 2 RBI single for Grayson on the 3-2 pitch. So now runner on at first and 2 away, and the batter will be Michael Edelman. Grayson didn't do much with that pitch. He just kind of went with it and blooped it into shallow right center. Did just enough to get those 2 runs across. And so now 2 runs in. Pitch on the way from McConaughey to Edelman. Runner goes. The pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second offline, and sliding in safely is Grayson with the stolen base. So he is now in scoring position. His 3rd steal of the year on as many attempts. Meanwhile, it's an 0-1 count at the plate. That was taken for a strike there by Edelman. Edelman, the freshman out of New York City. Chance here to extend the lead. 2-0, Emory on top. 2 runs in already. Outside, 1-1. Two and one. McConaughey kind of looked back towards second, trying to keep the runner close. 2-1 the count. Edelman wants a timeout at the plate. Nick Chambers waiting out on deck for Emory if the inning continues. 35 pitches now for McConaughey. Down low, 3-1. Well, similar situation. to a certain extent at least, with a 3-1 count and a runner in scoring position. Don't want to give Edelman something too good here, although this is probably the batter you want to face rather than Nick Chambers, who's out on deck. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way from McConaughey. Swung on, hit down the line and right, tailing foul and out of play. And we'll get another 3-2 coming up. This Emory team starting to find its groove a bit. They lead 2-0 here against Case Western Reserve, ranked 13th in Division III. Payoff pitch once again from McConaughey. Fastball down and in, ball 4. And so Edelman draws the walk. First and second now with 2 away. And now Nick Chambers will be the batter. But first, a meeting on the mound here. Nick Callahan coming out to have a talk with McConaughey. Things started out well enough for McConaughey. 3 straight outs to start the game. Gave up a single on a ball that probably should have been turned into an out to start the second. Followed that with a walk, a sac, bunt, but got a strikeout for the second out of the inning. Was 3-2 against Jackson Grayson, but couldn't finish him off. Grayson singled and drove in a pair of runs, and now the walk to Edelman puts 2 on with 2 outs. Callahan will have a talk here with McConaughey. So he'll try to settle in. Got to limit the damage this inning. Chambers to the plate, chopped out to short his first time up. And he had .296 on the season. The senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana. In there for a called strike, 0-1. Not exactly a homecoming for Chambers, but Indianapolis, only about a 5-hour drive west of here. Southwest, I guess. The 0-1 on the way. Called strike, and it's 0-2. See if McConaughey can get one more strike. Shakes off a few signs from Whippazinski. Now delivers. And the curve got away. Good job by Whippazinski to get up and get that one. Let's see if he tries to double up on the curve. After that one slipped out of his hand. The 1-2. Fastball a little high. 2-2. Two count. Chopper, first base side, another chance for Murley, who fields that one cleanly and takes it to the bag for the out. And that ends the inning, but Emory strikes first in this one. A 2 RBI single for Jackson Grayson has the Eagles on top 2-0. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Whippazinski, Gross, and Kusha do up. When we return, 2-0 the score. Emory leads. Welcome back once again. Case Western Reserve trails 2-0. They'll try to get the bats going. It's been a struggle so far through the first 10 innings of the plate of this series for Case Western Reserve. Tyler Whippazinski, who drove in a run yesterday with a sacrifice fly in the first, comes up to bat here in the second with the bases empty. Whip hitting a .268 on the year, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Moore after a 1-2-3 first inning. Whippazinski grounds that to short. Chambers there throws to first in time for the out, and a very quick out for Moore. So the batter now will be Jake Ryan coming to the plate in the phantom DH role, so to speak. Ryan in his role yesterday as well. Came into the game with the phantom DH in play. So that's down low. And again, if you're just joining us, the whole purpose of that is to kind of be able to hit situationally. You can bring in a player who, that misses outside, 1-1. Bring in a player who fits the situation. You can bring in a guy who can bunt. You can bring in maybe a guy who's a better pull hitter. If you need to try to move the runners over, you have some options in that spot. And that's why you hit yesterday's pitcher there, Mark Gross. Called strike with the curve, and it's 1-2 now on Ryan. Ryan's hitting at .368 on the year. Nice freshman campaign for him. Here's the 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed at strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Moore, who's retired the first 5 batters he's faced. Now Jacob Kusha will be the batter. Kusha's average down to .230. See if he can get his bat going. Hitting 6th today, batted 7th yesterday after spending the majority of the year in the 3 spot in the lineup. Called strike there on the fastball from Moore, who's eyeing another quick inning. Well outside, 1-1. 1-1 the count. Popped up, foul territory, might stay in play. Bubby Turp there and makes the catch for the out, and that ends the inning. A good start for Moore on the mound for Emory. He has a 2-0 lead as we move into the third. 2, 3, and 4 in the Emory lineup coming up. Raritan, Green, and Turp when we return. Richard Brereton set to lead things off here for Emory. Brereton, Green, and Turp. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Brereton hitting in .333, struck out swinging his first time up. McConaughey delivers a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 on the way. And it's 1-1. McConaughey, 46 pitches now. See if he can get a quick inning here, get back on track after a rocky second. 2-1. Hit in the air, center field, deep towards right center. Going back is Neal. Now underneath it, reaches up and makes the catch for the out. Boy, there's not a lot that gets past Neal out there in center. He can track him. He reminds me a little bit out there, and obviously different levels of baseball. But he reminds me a little bit of Carlos Beltran, the way he moves. He makes it look very easy out there, very fluid, moves to the ball, always catches the ball in stride. So one out here as Brereton retired, and now Jacob Green, the batter. Hard hit ground ball to third. Diving attempt for Kusha, but it gets into left field for a base hit.
Now batting for the Eagles.
So Green first pitch swinging, singles into left. Third hit of the game for Emory. And they have a one-out base runner as Bubby Terp comes to the plate. Terp opened last inning with a base hit. Hit a ball down to first that took a strange hop and bounced right past Noah Murley. Called strike, and it's 0-1 on Terp. A 1 pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Case Western Reserve did not turn a double play in yesterday's game. But they're one of the best teams in Division III in terms of inducing the ground ball double play this season. They came into the weekend ranked second among all Division III teams with about a double play and a half turn per game. 2-1 pitch. Little high, 3-1. Have to be careful with Terp here, who has some power. No home runs this season for Terp, but he's certainly capable of putting one out. And he hits that one in the air towards center field. Coming over is Neal, but it lands next to him for a base hit. Green will try to go to third. He'll get there safely. It's first and third now with one away.
Now batting for the Eagles. Third baseman, number 9, Christopher Stern.
And now the batter will be Christopher Stern. Stern walked and scored a run back in the second inning, hitting at .359 on the year. That's down low for a ball to Stern, 1-0. Chance for Emory to add on. They lead 2-0. Corey Brown getting up and beginning to warm in the bullpen now. Two and 0. Remember last year, Emory and Case Western Reserve split their series in Atlanta. Emory won the first 2 games. Case Western Reserve took the next 2. 2-0. Down and in, 3-0. And while there's plenty of time left in this one, certainly the Spartans are hoping for a turnaround here from what we've seen in the first 11 innings of this series. They have not looked good so far. That's a called strike, 3-1. Green leads from third, Terp from first with one away. In the air, looping towards center field. Neal there to get it. He makes the catch for the out and throws it in. But coming to score is going to be Green, and that will make it a 3-0 lead. It's a sacrifice fly for Stern. He drives in his 25th run of the season, and it's now 3-0 Emory. So the batter now will be Jack Rubenstein, who had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, eventually setting up A 2 RBI base hit for Jackson Grayson. Up high for a ball. It's been a struggle here for McConaughey after a quick first inning. Has struggled in the last two. Little low, 2-0. And for as good as McConaughey worked, as good as McConaughey looked early on in the season now, last two starts have been a little bit of a cause for concern as a swing and a miss there brings the count to 2-1. Still time in this one for him to settle in, but now in the third, he's already up over 60 pitches. 33 strikes, 29 balls so far for McConaughey. The 2-1 pitch. Checks his swing, holds up, and it's 3-1. Walk here would put runners at first and second, with Baumgartner out on deck. Might mark the end of McConaughey's day. Fastball catches for a strike, and it's 3-2, full count. The runner Terp will get the early start from first base. Not great speed out there for Bubby at first, so would still take a gapper to get him in. Pretty deep gapper. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. McConaughey gets the strikeout. It's his third strikeout of the game, but another run comes across for Emory, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Eagles. Case Western Reserve still looking for their first base runner of the game. First six have been sat down. It will be the bottom of the order. Murley, Pestle, and Lott due up when we return. Noah Murley set to lead things off here for Case Western Reserve. Murley, Pestle, and Lott due up. Trying to get something going for Case Western Reserve. The Spartans trail 3-0. Freshman Jack Moore, solid first two innings. He's retired the first six batters he's faced, has two strikeouts, induced three groundouts, and has a pop out in foul territory, so no real solid contact yet. Murley will try to change that here as he bats in the bottom of the third. After starting his year red hot, Murley has cooled off the last 4 or 5 games, now hitting at .306 on the year with 6 runs batted in. Outside for a ball, 1-0. As that misses up high. Well, Murley trying to start a rally here in case Western Reserve needs it. Bats have been cold through the first 2 games now. Called strike, and it's 2-1. After really playing solid through the first 15 games of the season. Team hit really well in Lexington at Ohio Wesleyan. Scored 8 runs in one game, 11 runs in another. Is that ball sent in the air? Center field coming in and making the catch for the out. In center field will be Richard Brereton. He saved a base hit. So Brereton making a diving catch to save a hit on a fly ball to center. 7 straight batter retired by Moore. Now Jacob Pestle will come up for his first at bat of the game. Line drive over the head of the third baseman. Chambers deep in the hole, won't throw it. And that will be the first hit of the game for Case Western Reserve. An infield single for Pestle. And now Jacob Lott will be the batter. Lott, a 246 hitter on the season. Had a nice drive earlier in the game yesterday, sending one back to the warning track. Chopper down the third base side. Could be two if they hurry. To second for one. On to first. Not in time. As Lott reaches safely, it'll go as a 5-4 put out at second. Two gone in the inning now, and Samuel Neal will be the batter. Neal 0 for 1 with a strikeout, looking his first time up. He'll try to work the count here against Moore, as he's done so well this year. Takes the breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Surprised Moore came with the breaking ball on the first pitch. Neal often taking on the first pitch. It's a good opportunity to sneak a fastball in there for an early strike. It worked either way for Moore, though. There's a high fastball, and the count evens 1-1. Moore is at just 26 pitches right now, and he's been around the strike zone the entire game. 17 strikes, 9 balls. The 1-1. Runner goes. Neal checks his swing. Throw goes down to second in the dirt. And sliding in safely is Lott with the stolen base. It's a 1-2 count at the plate, as Lott picks up his second stolen base of the year. In scoring position now for Neal. But Neal with a 1-2 count to deal with. Trying to keep the inning going with Rocco Ma out on deck, representing the potential game-time run. Chopper towards first, takes a hop, Terp fields it, flips on to Moore, who covers, steps on the bag, and gets the out. And that will end the inning. So Case Western Reserve starting to swing the bats a little bit better there. Robbed of a base hit to start the inning. Got their first hit of the game later on, but they leave the runner stranded, and we will move to the fourth. Still 3-0 Emory. It'll be Baumgartner, Grayson, and Edelman do up. Bottom of the order for Emory University when we return. Bottom of the order in the fourth for Emory. They lead 3-0 over Case Western Reserve, trying to take the first two games of this series. Baumgartner, Grayson, and Edelman do up. One other UA series going on this weekend. There's a called strike from Casey McConaughey, who begins the inning with a pretty hefty pitch count. He's up to 66 now. To start the fourth. The 0-1 popped up. Actually hit pretty deep to center field. That ball traveled a bit. Neal there, though, makes the catch. And there is one retired quickly. Oh, gosh, McConaughey would love a quick inning here. Yesterday, Wash U picked up a win over NYU in the opening game of conference play for those two teams. 4-1 was the final there. So Wash U and Emory both 1-0 in the conference. NYU and Case Western Reserve, is that one misses down and in, both 0-1. Brandeis will open next weekend when the Spartans travel to Waltham, Massachusetts to play that one. Called strike 1-1. Weather permitting, of course, on that. As probably the Emory fans know, weather in Boston, never easy to navigate this time of the year. As that one hit out to right, Glasser backtracks, makes the catch, 2 gone.
Now batting for the Eagles.
Couple of quick outs. Good job to start the inning for McConaughey. And the batter now will be the 9-hitter, Michael Edelman. Well, that's what you want to do against the bottom of the order if you're McConaughey. Just get through them quickly. Try not to waste pitches. Throw strikes. Let them try to hit against you. That one bunted foul. 0-1. Edelman trying to bunt for a base hit. Oh, 1 on the way now. Pop foul and out of play. 0-2. McConaughey looking for a quick inning. He retired the side in order in the first, trying to do so again in the fourth. Head in the count 0-2 on Edelman. Strike 3 called. Edelman was backing out of the batter's box, and McConaughey just dropped a fastball in there for strike 3. Good inning there for McConaughey. Retires the side in order. We'll move into the fourth, see if the bats can get going. Maul, Glasser, and Whippazinski due up for Case Western Reserve. 3-0. Emory leads. Maul, Glasser, and Whippazinski due up as we begin the fourth. Maul, a 12-game hitting streak coming into play today, including a solo home run yesterday. Didn't really talk about it that much yesterday, but in the Case Western Reserve win over Ohio Wesleyan, the final game of that series, 5-3. Rocco Maul was pretty impressive in that one. Had a couple of runs that he scored where he really generated those runs. Kind of get on, get over, and get in style of play for Maul as he steps into the batter's box, which is pretty impressive for a guy who's also hit for some power this year. 6 home runs. He leads the team with 18 RBIs. Takes the first pitch curve, maybe a shade inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. One hit for Case Western Reserve so far. They trail 3-0. 3 runs on 4 hits for Emory. Called strike with the fastball in the inside corner, 1-1. Maul grounded out to third base in his first at-bat of the game on the first pitch he saw. Through the 1-1 pitch. That ball lifted in the air, deep towards left center field. Could be trouble back of the wall, looking up. And it is out of here. Rocco Maul hits another. His second home run of the series, his 7th of the year, in Case Western Reserve is on the board. 3-1 the score. Boy, that was hit to a deep part of the ballpark, too. Wasn't sure that would have the distance, but that one got out. 7 this season for Rocco Maul. He has really become some kind of power hitter all of a sudden. Now, Nate Glasser will be the batter with the bases empty and nobody out. See if that gets Case Western Reserve going. Glasser swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 on the way. Popped up. Shallow left field. Going back to get is the shortstop Chambers. Calls everyone off and makes the catch for the out. So there's one out in the inning now. Base is empty for Tyler Whippazinski. Another long home run for Rocco Ma, who continues to just absolutely smash the baseball this year. Whippazinski, chopper down towards third, eats up the third baseman on the backhand. That'll be a fair ball. And Whippazinski on with a base hit. Single to third for Tyler Whippazinski. Tough play there for the third baseman, Stern, who had to go to the backhand on a ball down the line, unable to make the play. And now Jake Ryan will be the batter, 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout swinging. The designated hitter for Case Western Reserve. Outside for a ball, 1-0. So 3-1 the score. Spartans still trailing in this one, but showing signs of life. Tying run at the plate. Big cut and a miss there for Ryan, and it's 1-1. Ryan, the freshman out of Chatham, Illinois. 1-1 on the way. Down and out for a ball. Good block there by Green, who backhanded it. As a catcher, you always want to try to move your body in front of that ball, but Green, with a pretty good glove, was able to backhand that and hold the runner Whippazinski at first. Pickoff attempt down at first, skipped, but Terp was able to pull it out. Two-one on the way. Ground ball hit towards second. Could be two if they hurry. Throw to second is not in time. Oh, boy, that'll go as a fielder's choice. No hit on that one. And I'll tell you, it looked to me like they might have gotten Whippazinski there. But with a 2-run lead, Baumgartner opted to try to get the lead runner instead of going to first base to get the shore out, and it cost him. Let's see if Case Western Reserve can make him pay here for that. As Jacob Green, the catcher, I think might have just lost the contact. Maybe, again, thought it was a contact lens there for Green. I have no clue about his eyesight nor his use of contact lenses, but it appeared a contact might have fallen out of his eye there. But I don't think he put it back in. I think he just gave it to the trainer, yeah. So Green catching one-eyed here for the remainder of the inning. Meanwhile, it's first and second with one out. And the batter at the plate is Jacob Kusha. See if he can get his back going. He popped out in foul territory to first his first time up. Lines that one, though, into left field. It's a base hit. They will wave the runner. Nope, Whippazinski will stop at third. Probably a wise decision there. And that will load them up now for Noah Murley and head coach Mike Twardowski coming out to have a word with his freshman pitcher. Good to see Coach Twardowski hanging around past the first inning today, as he comes out to talk with his young hurler. A quick conversation there. These are probably two of my favorite coaching staffs in the UAA right here. In fact, I think safe to say. Matt Englander, Mike Twardowski, they've both been doing this for a while now. Englander in his 12th year, Twardowski in his 19th. Both have had tremendous success with their programs. Noah Murley, the batter, was robbed of a base hit his first time up. Takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Murley hit a dying fly ball into center field that Richard Brereton dove forward, tumbled over himself, but made a catch on the play to rob Murley of a hit. Danger situation here for Moore, who has the bases loaded and one out. Just trying to avoid a double play here if you're Murley. See if you could drive some runs in. Curveball, chopper towards third. Stern has it, picks it, throws home. The throw gets away. 1 run in to score, 2 runs in to score, And we have a tie ball game. Going to third on the play is Kusha, but it is now 3-3. That will be an error on the throw by the third baseman. Both Ryan and Wipazinski score. A couple of unearned runs come in, and it is 3-3. We have a brand new ball game. Jacob Pestel now will be the batter. Men on the corners and one out. And a fastball led her high on the inside corner for a strike to Pestel. Will try to keep things going. Pestel had the first hit of the game. Singled into the hole in between third and short his first time up. Pestel will foul that one back off the netting right in front of us, 0-2. Well, you were waiting for Case Western Reserve's bats to wake up. And this inning helped out by some defensive miscues by the Eagles. That's down low, 1-2. Stern, who has been very impressive at third base this series, a error there that allows 2 runs to come across. He picked it clean, just put the throw a little low. Pestel checks his swing, holds up, says the umpire down at first, 2-2 the count. See if Murley's running here, 2-2. He is. Ground ball through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. In case Western Reserve has its first lead since the opening inning of the series, 4-3 the score. Pestel with the RBI single. He drives in his 4th run of the year. Murley to second on the play. Kusha in to score. Now the batter will be the 9-hitter, Jacob Lott. Runners go, swing and a miss, throw down to third, plenty of time. And out on the play, trying to take third on the double steal is Noah Murley. Goes a 2-5, caught stealing. Pestel to second, now 2 outs in the inning. See if Case Western Reserve might have run itself out of a bigger inning here. 4-3 the score, 4 runs in already, trying to get a big insurance run across as a swing and a miss from Lott brings the count to 0-2. Moore cruised through his first couple of innings, but has struggled here in the 4th. Again, defense not helping. Solo home run by Rocco Maw, 3 other runs as well. Checks his swing at the 0-2 curveball, but takes it for a called strike 3, and that ends the inning. But Case Western Reserve strikes. 4 runs on 4 hits, an error, and a man left on. 5th inning coming up. It's 4-3 Case Western Reserve leading. Top of the order for Emory. Chambers, Brereton, and Green when we return. Welcome back once again. Case Western Reserve with a 4-3 lead. Top of the order for Emory as they try to answer back after the Spartans' 4-run 4th. Chambers, Brereton, and Green due up. Chambers is 0 for 2 on the day. 2 groundouts, 1 to first, 1 to short. Two and 0 the count. Down and out, 3 and 0. So McConaughey working with the lead for the first time today, but pardon me, 2 and 1. Working with a lead for the first time today. And that one skied high by Chambers. In to get his pistol. And 1 away.
Now batting for the Eagles, center fielder number 7, Richard Brereton.
Richard Brereton now to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout swinging, a fly out to center. Brereton, after doing the heavy lifting yesterday, a complete game victory on the mound. Back out there and playing center field today. Brereton had a pretty hefty pitch count there. As that one hit hard down the third baseline, fair ball. Brereton will dig for second, picked up in the outfield by Pestle. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. It's a double for Brereton on the first pitch he sees.
Now batting for the Eagles, catcher number 35, Jacob Green.
So Jacob Green now the batter. Green will hit here with a man in scoring position. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored today, singled and came across in his last at bat. Brereton, by the way, yesterday, as that curveball called strike to Green, backdoor curve 0-1. Brereton yesterday threw 131 pitches. Bobby Perez, assistant coach for Emory, burning the boats after taking over in the game for Coach Twardowski, who got thrown out in the first inning. 1-1 the count. That was the 80th pitch of the game for McConaughey. Brereton back out there today playing center. He's made a great catch out there. Has a 1-out double. Time run now at second with 1 away. With Green, who's swung a hot bat so far this year, hitting at 400 on the year and a chance to drive in a run. One pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Coach Perez out there at third base today, and he's having a talk with Green, pulls him over. Green behind in the count, 1-2. Batting here with the man at second and 1 away. Outside corner with the backdoor fastball, strike 3. McConaughey's starting to settle in nicely, it appears. That's his 5th strikeout of the game. Now an out away from being eligible with the win, but a big runner out there at second and a tough hitter coming to the plate in Bubby Turp. Turp 2 for 2 today against McConaughey, and let's see if McConaughey is careful here. Outside ball 1-0. Turp, the cleanup hitter for Emory, the senior. Did not play his freshman year, but really exploded onto the scene with a great NCAA tournament run through regionals as a sophomore. If not mistaken, was the MVP of that tournament. 2-0 now the count. Helped lead Emory to their third consecutive World Series trip. That back in 2016. Outside, 3-0. And I think this is one where McConaughey isn't going to give Terp anything too good to hit. Stern is a tough hitter out on deck, but McConaughey's fared a little bit better against him today. And that one misses outside, ball 4. So Terp draws the walk.
Third baseman, number 9, Christopher Stern.
Puts the go-ahead run on at first for Emory. And brings Christopher Stern to the plate, another dangerous hitter. 359 on the year. Has walked and has a sac fly today, so no official at-bats for Stern. Curveball called strike. I think Stern was a little bit surprised by that call. No action in the bullpen. McConaughey now up to 87 pitches. Trying to maneuver his way through another inning. Has 2 on and 2 away. Another curve, 0-2. And now McConaughey with some pitches to work with here. He's thrown 2 straight curveballs to start the at-bat against Stern. See if he comes with a third. Might try to come with a high fastball here, change the eye level a bit. 0-2. Misses with the breaking ball down and out, and it's 1-2. It was Stern's error last inning that resulted in the tying runs coming across the plate. For Case Western Reserve, they now lead 4-3. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That one got away from McConaughey. He's upset with himself for that one. A wasted pitch, 2-2. See if McConaughey's okay. Kind of stretches as he walked off the mound there. Yeah, he seems to be fine. McConaughey stares down now at his catcher, Whippazinski. 2-2 pitch. Fastball up and out, 3-2. After starting the at-bat 0-2 against Stern, the last thing you want to do is lose him here. Three-two on the way. Lifted in the air, right field. Murley tracking it. Underneath it, makes the catch. Pardon me, that's Glasser out there, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up, 4-3 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. It will be the top of the order. Neil Maw and Glasser due up when we return. Sam Neal set to lead things off. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout looking, a ground out to first. Hitting a .282 on the year. 0-1 the count now on Neal. 50 pitches now for Moore, who cruised through the first 3 innings but allowed 4 runs to come across last inning, 2 unearned. 0-2 now the count. Moore yet to walk a batter, has allowed 5 hits, each team with 5 hits in the game. Now the 0-2 on the way. Third time through the order as well for Moore here. So that's down low. Ball 1, 1-2. Neal, Maw, and Glasser. If you are Moore in this situation, you want to face Rocco with the bases empty. He hit his 7th home run of the season his last time up. Got the rally started last inning. Outside, 2-2. And eventually, hitting in that 2 spot, Maw is really going to start helping Samuel Neal here as pitchers really attack the strike zone against Neal. Curveball, swung on ground down the first baseline. Good stab there by Bubby Terp, who takes it to the bag himself for the out. There's one gone. You know, with Maw hitting behind you, the way he has hit the ball, Neal is going to start to get some real good pitches to hit as pitchers throw strikes. 7 home runs now this season for the batter at the plate, Rocco Maw, hitting a .431 overall, a 13-game hitting streak. Takes a breaking pitch for a called strike, 0-1. In case you were wondering, the record for most home runs in a season by a Spartan is 9. That by Steve Rosick in 1986. As the count goes to 0-2 on Maw. Maw already at 7. Still more than half the season left. Here's the 0-2. Grounded back to the pitcher. Moore grabs it. Underhands it to first. And there are 2 gone.
Now batting for the Spartans, right fielder number 10, Nate Glasser.
So Moore settling back in, retires the first 2 batters he's faced here in the 5th. And Nate Glasser will now come to the plate 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a fly out. The 7 home runs this season by Maw rank 5th in school history. Called strike, and it's 0-1 on Glasser. Hit in the air, foul territory, first base side. Long run over for Terp, but it lands out of play. 0-2 now on Glasser. Moore trying to settle back in. He's done a nice job on the mound. Pitch count's been low for Moore. 59 pitches for the freshman. His 60th on the way, ahead in the count, 0-2 on Glasser. Rocks and delivers. Line drive, and unable to field it is Chambers, and that will be an error on the shortstop as Glasser reaches. A dying line drive, not an easy play, but one that Chambers certainly should have had.
Now batting for the Spartans.
And there'll be a runner on now
Catcher number 18.
with 2 away for Tyler Whippazinski. Mentioned the success at the plate that Rocco Maw has had. Well, Whippazinski over the last couple games has been in a very similar boat. Certainly not a guy certainly a guy you prefer to face with the bases empty. It's the 2nd error of the game for Emory, as that one chopped down the third baseline, foul by Whippazinski, 0-1. Whip's 2nd on the team with 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Singled in his last at bat and came across to score an unearned run, hitting a .276 overall on the season. Throw down to first, not in time. Glasser with real good speed at first base. He's 6 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year, and with 2 outs, you can expect to see him running. He's going. Pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second, and a little tardy with the tag is Baumgartner, and it'll be a stolen base for Glasser. His 7th of the year is the count, I believe, at 0-2 now at the plate. So Glasser in scoring position now with an 0-2 count on Whippazinski, who can extend the lead with a base hit. Moore sets, delivers. Whipzinski fouls it back. Green, the catcher, wanted that one, I think, a little bit more outside. Moore kept it a little bit over the plate, but Glasser fouled it off. So now the 0-2 again. Curveball in the dirt, swung on and missed at strike three. Whipzinski takes off from first as the ball gets away from the catcher Green, but he's able to recover in time to get the out. And so Glasser left stranded at second, and the score remains 4-3, Case Western Reserve with the lead. It will be Rubenstein, Baumgartner, and Grayson due up when we return. 6, 7, and 8 in the Emory order. 4-3, Case Western Reserve. Top of the sixth inning coming up. Top of the sixth inning, Case Western Reserve leading 4-3 over Emory. 2 runs in the second for the Eagles. They added on 1 in the third of starter Casey McConaughey. The Spartans answered with 4 in the bottom of the fourth and have a 1-run lead as we begin the sixth. Rubenstein, Baumgartner, and Grayson due up. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Casey McConaughey, 92 pitches to start the inning. Has started to find the strike zone as of late and looking to finish the day up strong. Down into Rubenstein. It's a 351 hitter on the year. As the count goes to 2-1. Outside corner called strike, even 2-2. Rubenstein 0 for 2 on the day. 0 for 1 actually. A sack bunt and a strikeout swinging. 2-2 pitch. Popped up, behind short. Lott has it lined up. Still going back, calls off Pestle and makes the catch for the out.
Now batting for the Eagles, second baseman number 22.
One gone.
Thomas Baumgartner.
Thomas Baumgartner will now be the batter, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout swinging, a fly out to center in his 2 trips to the plate. Called strike with the fastball at the knees, 0-1. Baumgartner now hitting a 244 on the year. Cranks that one in the air, shallow right. Murley there. Or pardon me, that's Glasser again out there. He makes the catch. Murley over first today. I'm going to get that by the end of the game.
Jackson Grayson.
2 gone now. Jackson Grayson will be the batter. Grayson had a big hit earlier in the game, a 2 RBI single back in the second. He flew out to right field, where Nate Glasser is playing his last time up. One to know the count now on Grayson, a 310 hitter on the year. That was the 100th pitch of the game for McConaughey. No action in the bullpen as of yet. Called strike, 1-1. One pitch. Foul tipped, 1-2. McConaughey looking for his third straight scoreless inning. Trying to maintain that one-run lead. He has locked down nicely since getting the lead. Here's the 1-2 count. Curveball outside. 2-2. Ground ball softly towards the middle. Going to be a tough play for Ma, who backhands it, throws in time to get the out. Rocco Ma, good play at second base, shading deep into the hole to get that one, but made a good throw to first to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for McConaughey, and we move along into the bottom of the sixth. Case Western Reserve will send Ryan, Kusha, and Murley to the plate when we return.
Designated hitter number 26, Jake Ryan.
This will be 5, 6, and 7 in the order in the sixth inning for Case Western Reserve, leading 4-3 in game 1 of 2 today. Thank you for joining us for the early start, a 10 a.m. start for these two teams. Jake Ryan, 0 for 2 on the day. Takes a strike in its own one. Ryan hitting at .333, looking for a hit here. Down low, 1-1. Ryan, his last time up, reached on a fielder's choice. It was a ball hit to second base with a runner at first. The second baseman, Baumgartner, tried to get the lead runner out, but couldn't. Called strike to Ryan, and it's 1-2. Ryan later came around to score on the error by third baseman Christopher Stern. Curveball down to third base. Stern there. Throws on the run. And just a step ahead of Ryan for the out. One gone.
Now batting for the Spartans, third baseman number 19, Jacob Kusha.
So with one out now, Jacob Kusha will be the batter. Kusha hitting a .238, 1 for 2 today with a single his last time up and scored an unearned run. That one ticks off the catcher's glove. It's a ball. It's a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch. Curve stays a little high, 2-0. Well, Emory's been able to stay out of their bullpen so far in this series. Brereton with the complete game yesterday. Moore with very reasonable pitch count here in the sixth. Kusha fouls that one back, 2-1. Same thing with Case Western Reserve. They only used 1 inning of relief yesterday, Scott Kutschke. Two-one pitch. And that one fouled off, and the count goes to 2-2. So both of these teams should be pretty fresh in the bullpen. That one grounded back up towards the middle, through for a base hit.
Now batting for the Spartans, first baseman number 2, Noah Murley.
So Kusha with his second hit of the game. 6th hit of the day for Case Western Reserve. The batter now will be Noah Murley. Murley 0 for 2 on the day, but reached on a fielder's choice his last time up on a ball with the bases loaded that he hit to third. That misses inside. The third baseman Stern tried to come home with the ball, but threw it away and 2 runs came across to score. That tied the game at 3-3 at the time. 1 out, 1 on. Up and in. Ball 2, 2-0. Kusha, 5 stolen bases on as many attempts this year. Not a speed threat, but certainly an opportunistic base stealer at first. 3-0 count, though, so he'll be staying still here. With Murley at the plate, Pestle out on deck. Fastball catches the outside corner, 3-1. See how aggressive Murley gets here. Moore has been very accurate today, so behind in the count 3-1 might lay one in there. Instead, actually misses down and out for ball 4. So the first walk of the game issued by Moore. And that will bring head coach Mike Twardowski out to have a talk with the freshman. In the meantime, Jacob Pestle will be the batter. Pestle will hit here with 1 out and 2 on, batting at .292 on the year. Singled in the third, singled in the fourth. Drove in a run with that 4th inning base hit. Kusha the runner at second. Murley the runner at first. 1 out in the inning, and you get the feeling that insurance runs here will be very important in this game. And a couple out there right now for Case Western Reserve. They left 3 stranded so far today. Pestle steps in. And swings at the first pitch. It came inside, and Pestle turned on it, fouling it off into the Spartan dugout, 0-1. Again, no action in the Case Western Reserve bullpen. They'll get at least try to start the next inning, it appears, with McConaughey on the mound. The 0-1. Ground ball, third base. Stern knocks it down. Will step on the bag for one. Long throw to first. Not in time. Now Pestle grounding one out there. He'll reach on the fielder's choice. Kusha out on the play, 5 unassisted. One of those where typically when you're playing third, you don't have the ability to knock it down and still get an out. But with the runner at second and the forced opportunity at third base, Stern able to get 1. That could have been 2 if he fielded it cleanly. So Jacob Lott now will be the batter. As he lines one into left field, the left fielder slips and it goes over his head. 1 run in to score. Coming around as well will be Pestle. Here comes the throw. Chambers will come home with it, but Terp cuts it off. It's a 2 RBI double for Jacob Lott. First pitch swinging, and Case Western Reserve now on top 6-3. I'm not sure that he would have had a chance at it either way, but the left fielder, Michael Edelman, slipped trying to track that one down. It looked like that one might have been over his head no matter what, but That being said, he probably was robbed of any chance when he slipped on his third or fourth step towards the ball. And now Sam Neal will come to the plate with a chance to extend the lead further. Insurance run at second base. Neal at the plate, a 278 hitter, 0 for 3 today after picking up 2 hits and 4 at bats yesterday, and takes a called first strike, 0-1. You could see why this would be a tough matchup for Neal, who again is patient at the plate, but Moore is going to fill up the strike zone. At least he has so far today. Curveball there, hit hard towards second, backhanded by Bumgarner, knocks him down, but has time to make the throw to first, and that ends the inning. But a 2 RBI double for Jacob Lott extends the Case Western Reserve lead. 6-3 the score as we move into the 7th. It will be the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Emory. Edelman, Chambers, and Brereton due up when we return. Well, Casey McConaughey working with a 3-run lead now, 6-3 the score. Case Western Reserve leading Emory. If McConaughey can get through the 7th here as quickly as he's gone through the previous couple of innings, he'll be in good shape. McConaughey has settled in nicely. He begins the inning with 104 pitches. He'll face the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Edelman, Chambers, and Brereton. As first pitch outside from McConaughey, it's 1-0. It was a little bit of a rocky stretch for McConaughey in the 2nd and 3rd innings, but since then he has been very good. He's in a stretch now of 4 straight batters retired. As the 1-0 to Edelman, fastball called strike, 1-1. And has really settled the ship here. It's a good sign after, again, the Spartans' bats were very quiet through the first 12 innings of the series. That ball lifted into right. Glasser there, and he makes the catch for the out. 1 gone. Nailed it that time.
Now batting for the Eagles, shortstop number 2, Nick Chambers.
So with 1 out now, Nick Chambers the batter. Chambers 0 for 3 on the day. 2 groundouts and a fly out to left. Hitting a 289 on the season. Fastball up high, 1-0. A little low, 2-0. Outside corner, good pitch there from McConaughey to Chambers, 2-1. Well, if McConaughey here can get through the 7th inning, that's going to be a pretty good start today for Casey after things looked rocky early on. 3-1 now. Still some work to do, obviously. But especially with his pitch count, he was through about 60 pitches or so, maybe 70 through the first 3. Chambers lines that one towards left center field. Could be trouble, but coming on is Pestle, and he makes the catch. 2 retired.
Center fielder number 7, Richard Brereton.
So Richard Brereton now the batter. 1 for 3 on the day. Doubled down the line and left his last time up. 2 outs, base is empty. 6 straight retired by McConaughey. Called strike, and it's an 0-1 count on Brereton. Well, McConaughey doing exactly what you want him to do. Since his team gave him the lead, he has allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk. Make that 2 hits and 1 walk, as that's singled up the middle by Brereton. Second hit of the game for Brereton, who had the other hit his last time up, a double. So now Jacob Green will be the batter. Green 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a run scored back in the third. Trying to extend the inning further with 2 outs and a man on. Green, a guy who can take you yards, some real power, but hits that one softly towards short. Fielded by Lott. His throw right on target. And that ends the inning. Well, that's the end of the day for McConaughey. A pretty good way to go. He retires 6 of his last 7 batters, and we move along, 7 of his last 8. And we move along into the bottom of the 7th. Maul, Glasser, and Whippazinski due up. 6-3 the score when we return. Welcome back once again. Rocco Ma to lead things off here in the 7th inning. Ma hitting a .424 in the season, a 13-game hitting streak, and is 1 for 3 today with his 7th home run of the season. Moore on the mound begins the inning with a big curveball taken for a called strike, and it's 0-1. 84 pitches for Moore. No action in the Emory bullpen. Up high for a ball, 1-1. These are always fun weekends, these 4-game series, to watch pitching staffs and how teams use them. Popped up in the infield. In fair territory. Green, the catcher, can't make the play. And they called it a foul ball. Yeah, I guess it would be. It bounced without him touching it and bounced into foul territory. So, yeah, that would be a foul ball. 1-2. I guess Green never touched it. Well, I guess if you're going to botch a play like that, he botched it in the right way. If he touches it in fair territory, that goes as a hit. But Green, who had some trouble judging that one as it drifted into fair territory, misses altogether. Ma will make him pay anyway, though. Line drive into left field. That's a base hit for Rocco. Big turn at first. He's going to head for second. Here comes the throw. Not in time. A hustle double for Rocco Ma, and it's a runner on to start off the inning. Green might ask for that one back. Hey, maybe I touched that one after all. So now Nate Glasser comes up, and a chance for Case Western Reserve to add on. A runner in scoring position, nobody out, 7th inning. First pitch ball, and it's a 1-0 count on Glasser. He's looking for his first hit of the game. Reached on an error by the shortstop his last time up. He's also grounded out and popped out to short. Up high and over Glasser's head, 2-0. That double by Ma is situationally reminiscent of a play from over the Spartan spring break trip. When Ma was hit by a pitch, he was hit by it, but the umpire called him back, said he didn't get out of the way. Ma steps back up to the plate. That was against Roger Williams. Steps back up to the plate and ends up hitting a home run. Wasn't quite the same situation and certainly wasn't a home run, but Ma's found a way to kind of get himself geared up in those types of situations. Hey, you're going to give me a second chance? Okay, I'll take it. 2-0 now the count. Glasser swinging, pops it up. Shallow center field could be trouble. Charging in, diving, and Brereton unable to make the catch. Glasser trying for second. The throw comes into third, and it's not in time. That'll go as a double for Glasser. And kind of an interesting double, but a double nonetheless. I think you have to call it a double there. Glasser was going all the way, whether before the ball was even thrown. Ma moves up one bag to third, so it's second and third now with nobody out, and Tyler Whippazinski will be the batter. That pitch misses down and out for a ball, 1-0. Whippazinski hitting a .271 on the season. 1 for 3 today. 2 big insurance runs out there. Glasser comes sprinting off the bag at second with no one covering. Whippazinski swings and misses, and it's a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss there by Whippazinski, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at another curve, strike 3. First base open, so on the ball in the dirt, Green has to complete the play, but he does so successfully. And Whippazinski down swinging, 2-3 on the putout.
Designated hitter number 26, Jake Ryan.
So now with 1 out in the inning, still 2 in scoring position, and Jake Ryan will be the batter. Ryan 0 for 3 on the day. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth, scored a run, chance to drive in 2 here with a base hit. That one in the dirt, and again we see Green go to the backhand rather than throw his body in front of it, but it works out well for him. He picks it cleanly. Again, probably more of a personal preference than anything on my part, but you love to see the catcher, instead of trying to field it cleanly there, just knock it down with the runner at third. It's irrelevant. Green clearly a very good glove behind the plate as the count goes to 1-1. But especially with that runner at third, there's no place for the runner on second to go. Just keep that ball in front of you. If that gets past you when you try to backhand it, that's going to result in a run. The 1-1. Chopper towards third. Stern has it. He'll come home again. This time the throw a little bit better. Sliding in and tagged out on the play is Ma. It'll go as a fielder's choice. Glasser to third on the play. Ma out, 5-2 the putout. And so now first and third, runners on the corners with 2 away. And the batter will be Jacob Kusha. It'd be a shame if Case Western Reserve couldn't get a run here in the inning. After back-to-back doubles to start the inning. How often do you see that? Back-to-back doubles and no runs across. Called strike to Kusha, and it's an 0-1 count. Glasser at third. Ryan at first. Swing and a miss to the pitch in the dirt, and the count goes to 0-2. Next pitch will be the 100th of the game, and I think safe to say on that pitch we're going to see Ryan taking off. With an 0-2 count at the plate, kind of a high risk or low risk, high reward situation. He does go. Pitches in the dirt. No throw by Green. It'll go as a stolen base for Ryan. And now second and third with 2 away. 1-2 the count. So Kusha a chance to drive into. He awaits the 1-2 pitch. Curveball lifted in the air, deep towards the gap in left center field. That one will get down on the warning track. 2 runs in to score. Kusha pulls up at second with a 2 RBI double, and it's now 8-3 Case Western Reserve. 8 unanswered runs for the Spartans after they trailed 3-0. And for the second straight inning, it's a 2-out, 2 RBI double. So now Noah Murley to the plate. That one down low for a ball, 1-0. Murley was on his last time up. Walked and came across to score a run. The 1-0. More over 100 pitches now. Curveball for a called strike, 1-1. Brian Taggett warming up in the Emory bullpen. Down low for a ball, 2-1. It was a good start for Moore, but all of a sudden the Spartans have had his number in the last 2 or 3 innings. Now, chance here to add on from early. 2-1 pitch. Up high, 3-1. A walk would put 2 men on for Jacob Pestle, who's been on base all 3 times he's been to the plate today. And my guess it would spell the end to the day for Moore on the mound. His 106th pitch of the afternoon. I guess still the morning. And that one line drive into right field, and it'll get down for another base hit. Murley turns the corner. He's going to try for second. The run comes in to score. Throw to second, not in time. And it's an RBI double for Noah Murley, and it's now 9-3. Kusha around to score on the play. That is the 4th double of the inning for Case Western Reserve, and will spell the end, it looks like, for Jack Moore. Again, the freshman started strong, but faded in the late innings. A 3-run inning for Case Western Reserve here in the 7th, and to the bullpen Emory goes. 9-3 the score. We'll be back in just a minute. And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for Emory University will be Brian Taggett, the junior out of Portage, Michigan, Portage Central High School. A 5'11", 180-pound right-handed pitcher. Taggett making his 12th appearance of the season, all been out of the bullpen. No record in a 4.09 ERA. Through 11 innings, he's allowed 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and opponents hitting just .225 against him. See if we get some information here on Taggett. Not a name I recognize from the last few years. Pitching for Emory. So we'll see if Taggett can stem the bleeding here. With Jacob Pestle coming to the plate. Pestle 2 for 3 on the day. He has a single in the third, single in the fourth, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored a run in the sixth. Hitting a .286 this season. That one fouled back. Taggett, a junior, but didn't pitch for Emory during his freshman year. Last season appeared in just 2 games, but again, this year has been out of the bullpen a lot. Misses with that one, and the count evens 1-1. 7th inning, Case Western Reserve leading in this one. It's now a 9-3 game. 9 unanswered runs for Case Western Reserve, 3 in this inning, and a chance for 1 more with 2 outs. Fouled back by Pestle, and it's 1-2. A reminder that the 10-run rule is in effect for UAA games, so 10 runs after 7 innings, or 6.5 with the home team leading. So need to be 4 more runs here. Liam Killingstad was warming in the Case Western Reserve bullpen, but I doubt he comes in with a 6-run lead. We'll see who's up out there now. And it looks like Tony Yambor might be the next man up. 2-2 the count. On Pestle. Taggett delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got one in underneath his hands. The damage done in the inning. Case Western Reserve scores 3 runs on 4 hits. And now leads 9-3 heading into the 8th. It will be 4, 5, and 6 for Emory trying to put a dent in the lead. Terp, Stern, and Rubenstein due up when we return. Welcome back to Nobby's Ballpark. A beautiful day here so far. A little chilly outside. One of our ball chasers just came back into the press box here and is warming up. Selden, right? Yeah. Selden's getting a little warm up here. After spending some time in the frosty spring weather here in Cleveland. New pitcher on the mound for Case Western Reserve will be the sophomore Tony Yambor. Yambor's been good this year. Limited appearances. This will be just his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen, but has yet to allow an earned run. He's given up 1 hit, no walks, 2 strikeouts through 2 innings of work. Opponents hitting 111 against him. First pitch from Yambor, the righty, misses outside, 1-0. Yambor, 6'4", 190-pound right-handed sophomore out of Bedford, Michigan. 1-1. Two and 1. It'll be Terp, Stern, and Rubenstein this inning for Emory. Terp fouls that one off, 2-2. 9-3 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. 4 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, 3 in the seventh. And the Case Western Reserve bats have finally woken up after a tough game yesterday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Yambor starts off the inning with a strikeout. Christopher Stern now to the plate. Stern 0 for 1 today. A walk, a sacrifice fly, and a fly out to right in his 3 trips to the plate. 354 on the season. Fastball outside from Yambor, 1-0. Liam Killingstad was warming up in the Case Western Reserve bullpen when the game was 6-3, but with a larger lead here, Killingstad will save things for hopefully a later game in this series. That one down and out for a ball, 2-0. Killingstad, the team's closer, but I think Matt Englander doesn't really label things that way. That's a called strike, 2-1. With the 3 lefties he has, Kutschke, Killingstad, and Brown coming out of the bullpen, really the way he looks at it is more he's got a guy for whichever situation he needs him in, and for however long he needs him for. Outside there, 3-1. We've seen Killingstad go, I think, 2 or 3 innings in games this year. We've seen Brown and Kutschke come out of the bullpen, go as many as 5 innings in a game this year. And so really no specific use for those guys as they line drive past a diving Jacob Kusha for a base hit for Stern.
Now batting for the Eagles, designated hitter number 21, Jack Rubenstein.
So Jack Rubenstein now to the plate. Oh for 2 on the day with a sac bunt to strike out and a fly out to short. Double play depth in the infield. Case Western Reserve yet to turn a double play in either of the 2 games of the series. Yambor delivers inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Up high, 2-0. And Nick Callahan will come out and have a talk with the pitcher, Yambor. It's one of those situations where, and Callahan will probably just remind him of this, hey, we're up 6, just throw strikes in this situation. Don't worry about trying to blow everyone away or dot the corners. If you throw strikes, you're going to run into 5 more outs before the end of this game in all likelihood, especially with the bottom of the order due up here. Called strike, 2-1. Three and one. Popped up. Shallow center, long run in for Neal, but he's got it. 2 gone.
Now batting for the Eagles, second baseman number 22, Thomas Baumgartner.
So 2 outs and Baumgartner will be the batter. 238 hitter on the season. 0 for 3 in the game today. A strikeout, swinging fly out to center, and a fly out to right. Looking for his first hit of the weekend as that one pops out of Whippazinski's glove and goes to the backstop. It goes a wild pitch as Stern moves up. 1-0 the count. Baumgartner now 0 for 6 in the 2 games. Did reach on a walk and scored a run in yesterday's contest. The 1-0 on the way. Letter high strike, 1-1. Down and out, 2-1. Dropper towards short. Backhanded by Lott. Throw to first. Gets Baumgartner for the out, and that ends the inning. Yambor allows a base hit, but works around it. Leaves the man stranded. Into the 8th we go. Bottom of the 8th inning. Lott, Neal, and Maw. 9-1 and 2 the order due up when we come back. Welcome back once again. Brian Taggett back out on the mound. The junior will begin his first full inning of work here after coming in and getting the final out in the 7th. 4 doubles in that 7th inning, resulting in 3 runs for Case Western Reserve. Final line on Moore for the day. Jack Moore, the freshman. 6 2/3 innings. He allowed 11 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. 5 strikeouts and a walk, 107 pitches, and right now is on the losing side of things. As Jacob Lott, who had a 2 RBI double with 2 outs his last time up, swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Now the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. 0-2 on Lott. It'll be Lott followed by Neal and then Maud to the plate. Here in the 8th. Fouled back, unable to hold on to it is Green. 0-2 still. Game 2 will begin approximately half an hour after the end of this one. Right now we're probably looking at maybe right about a 1 o'clock start. Little outside there. 1-2. That is, of course, assuming things don't get hairy for either team's pitcher in the next inning. 9-3 the score. Case Western Reserve leading in this one. Trying to even the series at a game apiece. Lott fouls that one off. 1-2 still. Another one fouled away. Lott doing a good job staying alive here. Three straight pitches fouled off by Lott. Taggart trying to find a way to finish him off. Here's the 1-2 again. And Lott turns on that pitch, sends it sky high into shallow left field. Foul territory over to get it is Edelman, and he makes the catch for the out.
Now batting for the Spartans.
One gone.
Fielder number 6, Samuel Neal.
Back to the top of the order now for Case Western Reserve and Samuel Neal to the plate. Neal's still looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 4. Called strike, and it's an 0-1 count. First to bat for Neal against Taggart. See if he has any better luck here. Swing and a miss, 0-2. One and two now. Rocco Mall will get one more at bat here. He waits out on deck. Double and a home run already today. 2-2. Count even now on Neal. Two-two pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Taggart came inside with the fastball against the lefty Neal and got the called third strike. Second strikeout of the game for Taggart. Second time Neal has gone down looking on strikes, and now Rocco Mall will be the batter. Rocco hitting at .433 this season. He's 2 for 4 today with a home run and a double. Takes the curve for a strike, and he's behind in the count 0-1. Pop fouling out of play, 0-2. So Taggart a strike away from keeping it a 6-run game, heading into the 9th. The 0-2 from Taggart. Well, outside, hits in the left-handed batter's box. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch. Curveball, pop foul. Right off the roof of the press box. Home plate umpire is going to ask for a few extra baseballs. Load up here. Scott Kutchke came out to deliver those. Down and out, 2-2. Mall with 2 home runs in 2 games so far in the series. 7 on the year. 2 behind the school single season record. 2-2 pitch. Down and out, full count, 3-2. Nate Glasser, the 3-hitter, out on deck. Maw at the plate awaits the 3-2 from Taggart. Taggart from the stretch with the bases empty delivers the payoff pitch. And he hits that one down the line in right left field, and that will get down for at least 1. Maw turns on the speed. He'll pull into second with his 3rd hit of the game, his 2nd double. His 3rd extra base hit of the game overall. And he'll stand at second now with 2 outs and a chance for Nate Glasser to drive him in. Glasser doubled his last time up and is now 1 for 4 in the day. That double kind of a blooper into shallow center field that Brereton wasn't able to get to, and Glasser turned on the Jets, was able to pull into second base on that play. Up high for a ball to Glasser, 1-0, hitting a .298 on the season. Great senior year so far for Glasser. Rocco Ma down at second base after that double, and he was an All-American candidate before, but I think he has loudly proclaimed himself as such now. Especially at second base where it's not a power position. And now Ma on the year with 12 extra base hits through 16 games. He's hit safely in the last 13 as that one's taken down low for a ball, 2-1. Just one of those special seasons for Ma. And good to see him have it. Last year, hit close to 200. This year, he's more than doubled that. Glasser checks his swing, pitches in the dirt. He takes it for ball 3, 3-1. Three-man umpiring crew. Justin Birchie, Dorsey Hanger, and Brian McCullough, the three umpires who will be here throughout the weekend. 2 more games for them to work. 3-1 on the way. Taggett delivers to Glasser. Fastball low, ball 4.
Now batting for the Spartans, catcher number 18, Tyler Whippazinski.
So with 2 outs now, Tyler Whippazinski will be the batter. Matt Englander will have a quick conversation with him before he steps up to the plate. Whippazinski 1 for 4 today, 2 strikeouts, a single, and a run scored. Hitting a .267 on the year, 2 runners on base for him here with 2 outs. Ma at second with pretty good speed. Glasser at first, good speed as well. First pitch, Whippazinski lines that one into center field, and it will get down for a base hit. Brereton can't catch up to it, now finally does. 1 run into scores. Ma comes across from second. Stopping at third is Glasser. It's a double for Whippazinski. And it's now 10-3 Case Western Reserve. So Whippazinski extending the lead further. Now Jake Ryan, the batter. Ryan can end this game with a home run right now. Would make it a 10-run game. Taggett delivers. Ryan fouls that one back, 0-1. Well, a breakout second half of this game for Case Western Reserve and the Bats. They needed it after a struggle through the first 2. Foul back. 0-2 on Ryan. Glasser at third. Whippazinski at second with 2 outs. Taggett ahead in the count. 0-2 on Ryan. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just misses. 1-2. I think Taggett wanted that one. It was awfully close. Ryan 0 for 4 today. Hitting at .304 on the year. And inside, takes it ball 2, 2-2. Taggett's 2-2. 3-2 full count. Walk here would load them up with Jacob Kusha out on deck. He's picked up 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats, including a 2 RBI double his last time up. 3-2 pitch from Taggett. Fouls off again. 3-2 still. Three and two on the way again. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. 1 run in to score. Second run coming across. Wipazinski scores standing up. It's a 2 RBI single for Ryan, and it's now 12-3.
Now batting for the Spartans, third baseman number 19.
So Ryan gets the base hit, a bleeder up the middle. It's now a 9-run lead for Case Western Reserve, and 1 more run to end it here. Otherwise, we go to the 9th. Kusha at the plate. He had a 2 RBI double his last time up. Hitting at .262 on the season. Takes a called strike in its own 1. Facing Taggett for the first time today. And Kusha drives that one deep towards center field, but Brereton there. And left center reaches up, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So we will go to the 9th. And Emory University, with their work cut out for them, 9 runs to tie, tend to take the lead as we go into the 9th. Grayson, Edelman, and Chambers, 8, 9, and 1 in the order, due up when we come back. Well, Tony Gambor out to try to close things out here, and it looks like he may get some new hitters up at the plate to do so. This will be Drew Bartholow coming up. So Bartholow, the left-handed hitter, to face Tony Gambor. Bartholow hitting a .229 on the year, takes a called strike 0-1. Another pinch hitter, Eric Terry, out on deck. So Coach Twardowski facing a 9-run deficit, going to his bench here. 0-2 on Bartholow. Casey McConaughey in line for his first win of the season if the score holds. 7 solid innings for McConaughey. No save situation here for Yambor, but can certainly eat up some innings at the end of this game. 1-2 the count now. 12 unanswered runs for Case Western Reserve. That one grounded to second base. Ma eats it up, throws on to first. In time, 1 gone. Another pinch hitter coming up here. This will be Eric Terry. Oh, pinch hit for Edelman. Terry hitting at .278 on the season. Another pinch hitter out on deck as well. That's going to be Ryan Edelman, excuse me. 1-0 the count. 2-0. Hard hit ball up the middle, through for a base hit. Yambor stuck the glove up there, but hit a little bit too high and a little bit too hard, and Terry with the base hit. Terry actually probably has a pretty good following here in attendance, a Cincinnati area product, if I'm not mistaken. So another pinch hitter coming up here. Edelman to pinch hit for Chambers. This is up high, 1-0 the count. One out, one on. 12-3 the score. Case Western Reserve leading. Hard hit ball, line drive, left field. That's a base hit. So pinch hit singles for Terry and Edelman.
Now batting for the Eagles, center fielder number 7, Richard Brereton.
And put 2 on with 1 out. And now Richard Brereton to the plate. He has 2 hits today, batting at .346 on the season now. He's 2 for 4. A double in the 5th for Brereton, a single in the 7th. You don't want to have to use another pitcher if you're Case Western Reserve. As that one hit hard and threw for a base hit into right field. Glasser gets there quickly, gets it in, and Terry not looking to move up and try to force something at the plate there. But all of a sudden now bases loaded for Emory here in the 9th. And we will get a pinch hitter, Michael Wilson, to the plate, the junior out of Valley Village, California. Ambor's still just a ground ball away from ending this game. Mike Namowitz has gotten out up in the bullpen. As Matt Englander will come out and have a quick talk with Yambor here. Would be the pitching debut for Mike Namowitz if he comes into the game. Englander buying a little bit of time, I think, for the bullpen to get ready. Now we'll head back to the dugout. First mound visit today for Englander. The other couple were taken by Nick Callahan, the pitching coach. So the pinch hitter, Wilson, will come to the plate. Facing Yambor with the bases loaded. It's a 9-run game still. Terry at third. Edelman at second. Brereton at first. 1 out. Left-handed batter at the plate. Would be a little bit harder to double up on, as that's a called strike to Wilson, 0-1. Three straight singles for Emory. Ball rolls out of the bullpen. Casey McConaughey getting in some post-game jogging, tracks it down. Rest that arm, Casey. See, chucks that one back to the bullpen. Starting pitcher's supposed to get the rest of the day off, but he probably will actually be in the second game, I would think, in the lineup at first base. 0-1. Little up and out there from Yambor. 1-1. Boy, Yambor would love a ground ball to one of his middle infielders here. Hard hit ball over the middle. Lott has it, tags the runner. No, can't get it there in time. Lott tried to apply the tag. That'll go as a base hit. And an RBI. It's now a 12-4 game. And we'll get another pinch hitter here. This will be Josh Rosenblatt for Bubby Terp. Rosenblatt hitting a 125 this year. First pitch called strike, 0-1. Rosenblatt, a senior from New York, New York. One out, bases still loaded. Misses a little down and in, 1-1. 4 straight hits for Emory. Still an 8-run lead, though, for Case Western Reserve. Checks his swing. They'll ask the umpire down at first, but he held up, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, 3-1. Might be the last batter for Gambor if he can't get this guy out. Three-one. Up high, ball 4, and it's a bases-loaded walk to bring across the second run of the inning. RBI for Rosenblatt makes it a 7-run game, and the pitching change coming. Gambor done. To the bullpen, Case Western Reserve goes. Mike Namowitz will be coming in, it appears, when we return. Welcome back. Mike Namowitz will make his pitching debut for Case Western Reserve. With the team leading 12-5, but the bases loaded and just 1 out in the 9th. Namowitz will come in to try to close things out. Namowitz, the junior out of Bethany, Connecticut, 6'3", 210-pound right-hander. He's been used as a hitter for most of his career as a Spartan. Namowitz playing some first base, some third base, some outfield so far this season. He had begun to try to transition into pitching a little bit during the offseason, but this will be his collegiate debut on the mound. Namowitz, a pretty good hitter his freshman year, hit 4 home runs. And here we'll try to get the final 2 outs of the game, give Case Western Reserve a win, and even up the series heading into our second game of the doubleheader. Namowitz completing his warm-ups. And it looks like he's ready to go. The batter will be Christopher Stern, who will stay in the game here, one of the few original hitters left in at this point for Emory. But now all of a sudden with the team rallying, Stern, a guy with a little bit of pop, he's driven in 25 runs this year, including 1 today, and a chance to make this game look a whole lot closer than it currently does. Stern at the plate, bases loaded for Emory. It's Brereton at third, Wilson at second, Rosenblatt at first. First pitch, strike, 0-1. Oh and 2. Namowitz dotting the outside corner with that. Boy, he gets some pretty good movement on that pitch. Kind of short arms it in there, but really dances. So ending the count now, 0 and 2. Namowitz looking to try to get the out. From the stretch, he delivers. Popped up, right field. Glasser there. Makes the catch for the out. Runner will tag but not go. And that is the second out of the inning. So 2 gone now, and Jack Rubenstein will be the batter. Last chance for Emory. Bases still loaded. Rubenstein, a .339 hitter. Hamowitz, 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out, trying to get the second here. That's inside, and it hit him. So the hit batter, Rubenstein, reaches. That'll bring across another run. 12-6 now. 9th batter of the inning coming up will be Thomas Baumgartner. Baumgartner hitting a .233 on the year, 0 for 4 today. 0 for 7 in the series, but a hit here would keep the game going. Make this look a whole lot closer. Up and in from Namowitz, 1-0. Namo trying to close it out. Needs 1 more out to do so. 3 runs in for Emory in the inning against the Case Western Reserve bullpen. Called strike, 1-1. Plate umpire looking a little tired there. A little bit slower with the strike call here in the 9th. 1-1 the count. Outside corner, called strike 2, 1-2. And now Namowitz a strike away. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Namowitz. From the stretch, sets, delivers. Swung on ground softly back towards the mound. Namowitz has it, shovels on to first in time for the out, and that ends the game. Case Western Reserve bounces back from the loss yesterday with a win in the opening game of their doubleheader today. Final score, 12-6, a win for the Spartans. Emory will drop to 10-11 on the year. Case Western Reserve improves to 14-3. In the UAA, Emory now 1-1, as is Case Western Reserve. Casey McConaughey with the win, 1-1 on the year, no save. The loss will go to starting pitcher Jack Moore, who drops to 1-4 on the year. The game lasted 2 hours and 36 minutes. Attendance here was 225 for the game. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us again. We'll have Game 2 coming up in a little bit, as the 2 teams will face each other again for the 3rd time in the series. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us. We'll see you in a little bit for Game 2, about half an hour from now.